Okay, this is a test. I'm just doing a training video just to get myself set up. I'm going to actually delete this video and try to go back over it. The first thing I want to talk about basically is I was trying to discuss some different things about business, right? The first thing is basically how to go about structuring a business and how to get yourself to move forward, right? I found out that the best way, okay, I'm talking about the best way to get yourself moving forward is to basically just get started. Okay, no matter what the situation is, no matter what it is, just get started. Don't stop. Jot down some different ideals or anything like that. What you want to do, what you think you might want to do, things of that nature. It's not really important at this point in your mindset in starting a business that you know exactly what you want to do. The point is writing down some information so you have a platform to work off of. Okay. From there, you will basically start evolving into someone who is basically more structured in what you want to do. You may say to yourself, okay, well, I want to start a business. I really don't know what type of business I want to start. You may say, well, I'm not really interested in starting a business. I don't have the time. You may say something like, well, it's too complicated. I invested in someone else's business, didn't work out. See, all these things that you're talking about is based on someone else's ideal of being successful, okay? The things or the excuses you're making up are based on someone else's failure. You can't go by anyone else's failure. You have to go by what you fell at, all right? I'm an advocate of motivational speaking. I listened to Will Smith video when he's talking about how a person fails and it builds your character, it builds strength. Okay, it makes you better because the more times you fail, the better you get. And Dr. Boyce Watkins, I'm talking like he captivates me. I'm talking to a point where it's that every time I listen to him, I'm amazed by him. It's like he just, when he's talking, it caused me to be spellbound, right? And it pretty much enlightened me and generates my energy to a point where it's that it just forces me to do better things, okay? To be more focused on what I'm doing, okay? So my advice to you is get yourself a plan, right? Write down what you want to do, all right? And I know it's hard for a lot of us because we so scatterbrained to a point that we always doing a lot of different things throughout the day. We'll stop and say, okay, I want to go to the store. Then you turn around while you out, you say, okay, let's go and get something to eat. And then you turn around and say, okay, let's go visit mama, or let's go brother. See, and all these things that you do that's unplanned, right? You're letting your unconscious mind guide you into areas that pulls you further and further away from your objective, all right? I am a victim of it. I'm quite sure a lot of people are victims of it, but I'm working at it, right? And I'm trying to train my mind to be focused, all right, on time management. Time management is so important, but yet it's very difficult to maintain. And the reason why it's difficult to maintain because we have that party mind, right? And what I mean by party mind, you know how you go to a party and they turn the music and then you start moving around so that, you're not really focused on any particular dance, especially if you can't dance, right? You just start moving around, just doing any type of thing, based on what you hear, right? And the beat. Well, in business, you can't do that, right? Everything has to be calculated. Everything has to be adjusted. Everything has to be done like, let's say a ballerina or a ballet dancer, all right? Everything she does or he does is basically prepared and practiced, right? Whatever they do, they practice doing it, they continue to do it, they practice over and over and over again until they do their master performance. And if they encounter any, let's say, if they encounter any flaws in what they're doing, something like that, you know, they go back and they try to conquer those flaws and master those flaws, because they know that those flaws, you know, even though sometimes people don't even see those things, you know, because the untrained mind, but people who have a trained mind and a trained eye will be able to pick out a lot of different things, right? I remember this individual that was singing one of the Sting's records, so that, you know, and then the singer actually hit a bad note, and I was looking at Sting's face when that happened, how he kind of like squinted his eye a little bit, like, oh man, he missed a note, right? Well, I'm quite sure a lot of people did, because a lot of people is very in tune with sound, right? And the highs and lows of different pitches and everything like that. We listen to music, we know a good singer, we know a bad singer. I'm not saying the person was a bad singer, the person was an outstanding singer. I love the person. But the thing is just getting yourself in tune of what you want to do. Learn what you want to do, master what you want to do, and do it. Okay? But you have to write things down. I can't express this more enough. I've been doing this for like years, and I'm still writing stuff down. So like, I actually have, I call it my business structure and science, right? And in my business structure and science manual, I write down my aspirations, right? My hopes, my dreams, what I want to accomplish with my business, how I want to structure a community around me, a social environment around me, the type of people I would like to be around me, the type of people I want to influence, how I'm going to go about influencing them, a structure, the attitude they must have to be around me. You know, these are the things that most black business communities do not have. I'm not saying all of them is like voided out of our community. I'm just saying it's not popular for us to sit down as business-minded people, or just a cohesive group of people, and say, okay, listen, we have to train our children to think a certain type of way, period, you know. And it may be boring, anything like that, but we have to do this in order to lead our children to a very positive, successful lifestyle, right? I noticed in my business career that I made a lot of mistakes, financial mistakes. You know, I'm told, like, in this heartbreaking. But I learned from these things after the fact, right? And it bothers me, because for that I could have done a lot of different things, but a lot of things I just didn't know until after I listened to other business mentors like Dr. Boris Watkins and stuff like that, you know, and another motivation, T.D. Jakes, and a couple other people who inspired me to change my perception of how I think, right? And that's very important, as I explained. And you have to listen to people, right, who are in business, right? You have to surround yourself with business-minded people. If you don't surround yourself with business-minded people, and you just, you know, you surround yourself with fly-by-night individuals, you're not going to really accomplish anything, because they're going to always take you off track, you know, because they're going to always want to do this, they're going to do, well, let's do this. But I was listening to Dr. Boris Watkins, one of his videos, and he was talking about how he met his wife, right? And he met her in the library, right? And he went on to explain, if you want to meet somebody that's in the church, you talk to people that's in the church, you go to the church. You want to meet someone who's educated, you go to the school, the library, someplace where you feel that you're compatible, right? Me being the type of person I am, and what I'm trying to build myself to be, is surround myself with a group of people, right? Now, I can go to the business seminars and do all that, which I know I have to do. I haven't really done that. I used to do that, but I stopped doing it because my lifestyle had changed. Right, I'm trying to restructure myself or anything like that. I'm trying to gather who I am as a business leader, right, and find out is there any uniqueness in my abilities before I go out and let someone else influence me. You have to do that, right? You have to search within yourself and say, okay, who am I, right? What do I want to accomplish, and where do I suspect to be 10 years from now, right? And you have to slow down, man. You have to slow down and think about it. You have to be honest with yourself. You got to write these things down. I wrote out a lot of different things about myself. Some things are heartbreaking about myself that I wrote down. Being truthful with yourself. And once you be truthful with yourself, who you are, what you have accomplished up to this point, what you are lacking, and what caused you to miss out on opportunities. You have to face these things, right? You have to face the facts that you have failed because of this, right? And from that point, you have to say, okay, from now on, I'm not going to do this. All right? I found out that a lot of our failures is family-based, man. I'm not saying that you should be a family-oriented person, but sometimes your family drag you down, man. It's a family that take you away from your objectives, man. I'm talking like, when you're trying to put in pursuit of happiness and be very successful business person, you're going to have to pull yourself away from people, man. I'm talking serious. You're going to have to disconnect yourself from people until you get yourself together. Because family, sometimes is the greatest deterrent in success, man. If you waiting for your family to help you and stuff like that, and waiting for people that you grew up with to help you and stuff like that, you wasting your time, And I know it's hurting because that you said, well, I got friends, people I can talk to, people I trust, people they know me, so that well, you can build that crowd under different circumstances in a different time, right? And right now, what you need to do is try to figure out what you want to do and try to surround yourself with people. And you have to be very social. Don't be socially handicapped, man. You have to get out there and talk to people and tell people and find out who people are. You'd be surprised who you meet if you talk to people. You might talk to 1,000 people. You have to go up and talk to them, talk about what you're trying to do, how you think, so that you might have to ask them if they have any videos. You'd be surprised how many people who have YouTube videos, man, who have videos that they actually have blogs. You have to read their blogs and find out something and get involved in what they're talking about, in their subject line. Okay, do these things and you'll find out that you'll be in a better place. Okay. All right. This is Nicholas Shepard of the Shepard Family Enterprise Business Administration Information Systems Consultant. I would like for you to go out to my blog site. It's located on the ShepardFamilyEnterprise.com website. You go into there and you sign up for it, and from that, just get involved in my blogs. Okay, and tell me what you think. All right, and also in this video right here, go ahead and blog it, like it, thumbs up it, and share it. And let me know what you think, okay? Peace.